Alright guys, I'm going to do this video pretty much raw, pretty much uncut because I don't want to take up too much of your time and I'm feeling lazy. I don't feel like editing. So we're going to do this all in one shot, one set. This is a quick season recap of 2024. We're going to talk about how we did, what happened around the league, and I need you to stick around because somewhere in the middle of this video, we're going to talk about quarterback controversy. It will not be Zach Wilson next season. Absolutely not. There are two guys that I'm considering, and I'm going to want you to talk about it in the comments below. So make sure you stick around. Somewhere in the middle of this video, I'll tell you the two quarterbacks we are looking at. And while I'm still here, before we get into it, Wednesday, November 1st, right? That's November 1st, right? I think. Yes, Wednesday, November 1st. We will be live on Twitch at... No, I can't do it Wednesday. Oh my god, I forgot I can't do it Wednesday. You know what? Yes, I can. I'm trying to think of a time that I can do the off-season live stream. Let's do Wednesday, November 1st. Okay, how about that? Wednesday, November 1st. Give me 7 p.m. Eastern time. How's that sound? How's that sound to you guys? Wednesday, November 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's 4 p.m. Pacific. That's 6 p.m. Central. I don't know where you guys live, but there you go. There's a few times. You could be from Australia watching this video. In that case, you'll be watching it in the future. Anyways, my Twitch, twitch.tv/24kin. Twitch.tv/24kin. Wednesday, November 1st. If you want to be a part of some of these decision-making processes, make sure you pull up to that stream. Guys, let's go over the recap of this season. Starting with your Super Bowl winners, the Chiefs took down my Giants. Sad face, hate to see it, no smile here. Patrick Mahomes was your MVP of the Super Bowl and of the league. Doug Peterson, Coach of the Year. Patrick Mahomes, yeah. TJ Watt, Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Kier Palmer. You absolutely love to see it. Love to see it. I'm going to start off here with some of our stats on the year. I think that's a fun place to start. Let's go take a look. Zach Wilson, there was a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but here's the thing, man. You know, you needed to be one step better. Especially being that you've been in the league 5 years. I thought we could do it with you. I think there's better options out there, or at least similar options that are younger than Zach Wilson. He wasn't terrible. 58% completion percentage, that's bad. We were not efficient whatsoever. Turnovers were relatively high. Also had a few fumbles. Rushing the football, we were great. Rashad White had a great second season here in this franchise. I know it's his third season overall. A little bit less efficient at 4.3 yards per carry, but we're still happy with that. I want to get his attempts down. I want to get... So next season, the goal is to have Rashad White get most of the carries. A receiving back like Cordero Patterson who gets some carries and also helps out. Just so Rashad White isn't getting so many touches, and potentially a power back in the draft that I really, really like that we will talk about in this video. Receiving, Kier Palmer was great. Offensive Rookie of the Year, led us in catches, touchdowns, and yards. Only missed one full game, but man, injuries were a problem in like the middle of so many games. He averaged 89 yards. He could have went over 1,500 if he was simply healthy for that one extra game. Chris Godwin was great. Russell Gage, I just felt like I could never really find him. Whether I was missing him or he wasn't open, I'm not sure. All I know is he will not be on the team next season. He was also making way too much money. Rashad White, great out of the backfield. 64 catches, almost 600 yards. Actually third in this team in receptions, almost third in yards as well. Tied for third in touchdowns though, which is interesting. Cade Otton fell back a little bit with his numbers, but that's to be expected because we picked up a second tight end, and of course a lot of our targets were to Kier Palmer and Chris Godwin. Cordero Patterson had 24 catches, a ton of first downs on the year. My goal for Cordero Patterson was to get him around 100 touches. He had 90 touches. That's beautiful. That's what I wanted for him. Defensively, we did end up leading the league in sacks, which is odd because it felt like we didn't get pressure a lot of the times, but Kalijah Kancey had a very strong second season, 11.5 sacks for him. Kenneth Murray had 8 sacks out of the middle linebacker position, which unheard of. Just doesn't happen. 24 tackles for loss also is insane. Travassier Dennis had injury woes in this one, but to have 7 sacks is great. I'm not sure how many games he actually ended up playing him. Can I see it? Like if I go way over to the right, will it tell me how many games he played in? How do I see that? Maybe I can just do season stats and we can see how many games that he played in or whatever. So I know he missed like 3 or 4 in a row. No, he missed weeks 3 through week 9. So that's like 6 or 7 games that we did not have Travassier Dennis. Meaning that he got his 7 sacks in about 10 games. So I think he's going to be very, very good. This is someone I never heard of before I started this series. He was a middle linebacker, but I saw he had good finesse moves. I moved him to the outside. Now he starts to flourish. Vita Vea, of course, is great. Chana Choyinka is great depth. Devin White, we love him as well. Stevie Long, I think, can get better. We're still working on him. He's going to get there, I promise. I don't know if you guys really enjoy him as a player. I feel like we didn't call his name too much, but 7 tackles for loss and 3 sacks isn't terrible. So, you know, whatever. It's fine. Quick look at interceptions. Christian Fulton, maybe the best pickup of last offseason. Definitely the most underrated. 5 interceptions, had a ton of deflections. He might have been the best cornerback in terms of plays made. Jamel Dean, also 4 interceptions. Carlton Davis only had 2. What do we do with Carlton Davis? I don't know. Brandon Pointer, shockingly good rookie. What was he, a 4th or 5th round pick? Let's go find out, actually. He was either a 4th or a 5th round pick. We took him very, very late in the draft. Where does it show me? 6th round pick. And Brandon Pointer was very, very solid this season. I'm very happy with how he played. What do we want to look at next? I'm not sure. Oh, Patrick Mahomes won MVP. His season was insane. Let me just show y'all real quick. 73% of his passes completed, 4,500 yards, 42 tutties, 1 pick. That's ridiculous. Just stupid, really. It's dumb. All right, guys, let's go talk about these quarterbacks. Now, look, I clicked on manage team because I'm an idiot. Now, look, I know that we've been looking at Arnold Crockett in the draft all season, but guys, I need y'all to hear me out, and I think you're gonna hear me out. The Bears have Joey Campbell sitting behind Justin Fields. Now, let's just take a quick look at Joey Campbell. He's 22 years old. He has superstar development, 74 overall scrambler. His accuracies are a little bit worse than Zach Wilson's, which I know. We didn't like how inaccurate Zach Wilson was, but hear me out. This is like I said earlier, Zach Wilson been in the league 5 years, and he's inaccurate. He's not good. If I'm going to deal with inaccuracy, let me deal with it being Joey Campbell, who will be a second-year player, first-year starter. Let me deal with him being inaccurate and not a fifth-year player in Zach Wilson that's not going to get much better. Joey Campbell can get better. He's got 84 short, actually 80 medium. Not great, but whatever. His throw power is decent. But the throw on the run is really what gets me. I mean, you guys know I like to throw on the run a lot. 88 is crazy. 87 speed, 88 acceleration. He is an athlete. His change of direction is great. His juke move is great. And the Bears picked him with a 2nd-round pick. With that being said, we should be able to get a decent deal for him. Now, more ways for me to rationalize this, them trading him even though they just drafted him. Justin Fields is their guy. They gave Justin Fields a massive deal. Well, I wouldn't call it massive, but he's got a 4-year deal with... Actually, it is kind of a massive deal. I didn't even recognize the bonus as well. My goodness. But, dude, they got him for 4 more years. That is insane. And the Bears made the playoffs with Justin Fields as their quarterback. So, with that being said, maybe they look to trade away Joey Campbell to a team looking for a quarterback, the Buccaneers. Oh, I stopped talking as if I was going to have any cuts in this video. There's not going to be any cuts in this video. I'm just going to go right through and talk about everything. So Joey Campbell is one of our possible guys there. And Arnold Crockett is the other one. Now, I don't have him fully scouted. He looks pretty good, though. I mean, his physicals across the board look great. Now, if he has good speed, which I think will get him around that 85 range, maybe 86, combined with elite throw power, That would be legitimately insane. 21 years old. He's also tall, 6'3", you know, compared to, I think, Joey Campbell's only 5'11". A, short accuracy, B, medium, B, deep, A, under pressure, A, play action. Where's the throw on the run? Throw on run is a B, which definitely won't be an 88 like Joey Campbell, but you never know, it could be pretty good. Arnold Crockett looks like he could be good. Now, guys, let's consider a couple things here, right? Arnold Crockett is currently the #1 guy up on this draft board. Let's see where this what is the last mock draft we have? Mock draft 2. Mock draft 2 is like a mid-season mock draft, so it might not be very updated. Oh, they don't have Arnold Crockett going until 23. Now, think about it. Our pick is going to be somewhere, I think, probably 25-ish. So we wouldn't have to trade up too far for Crockett. This is what I want you guys to think about. Think about the draft capital it would take to get a Joey Campbell, the draft capital it would take to get an Arnold Crockett, the fact that we know who Joey Campbell is, and the fact that we don't know who Arnold Crockett is. But does Arnold Crockett have a lot more upside? Does Joey Campbell have more upside? I want you guys to talk about this in the comments below. Tell me who you think should be our quarterback next season. It's going to be one of those two, one way or another. And I think we're going to have a lot more fun because of it. Now, oh, by the way, before I start talking about these next few guys, I want to say I will be considering what you guys say. Don't worry, I will be considering it. But you guys are going to have to sway me. You're going to have to sway me because I know who I want. So you guys are going to really have to give me good arguments based around everything that I've said and anything else you can think of in order to convince me. Now, I told you guys, I mentioned a running back here. Corin Hurst is a power back with potentially good to great speed. If we can find a power back, a trucking, a break tackle, and if he has great speed, I mean, that's got to be like 90, 92, 93, maybe up to like 94, 95. That's got to be really good. For a power running back, this is intriguing. He could take some carries away from Rachaad White. We could go out and pick up a receiving back in free agency, and we could have our like potentially a three-headed running back by committee down there. I think that could be a lot of fun. Corin Hurst is a guy that I have been looking at. In terms of wide receivers, I don't think we're going to draft one. There's only one that I liked near the top of the board, and I'm not going to take one that early, so I'm not even considering it. Now, all these tight ends, I'm going to go through them really, really quickly. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on these guys. If you guys want to see more, pause the video so you can see these guys. They're all incredible athletes. Most of them have pretty good outlooks on their numbers. Not like anything is set in stone. I don't actually know anything about these guys. I just know they are crazy good athletes with a ton of potential. I do like Terrence Lynch. We see a short route, a medium route, a spectacular catch. This is my #1 tight end right now. And if he has elite speed to go along with it, oh, that would be wonderful. But yeah, all these guys are pretty much the same. They're all vertical threat tight ends. They're all crazy. Interior offensive lineman is another need. This is another need I think I take care of in free agency if we are able to. Ben Cunningham doesn't look very great. 3rd to 4th round talent. In terms of other guys here, there's just not a lot of guys that I love. Really in any of these positions. I don't know how I feel about this draft class as a whole. I do like Ethan McCain as a pass blocker. We can go actually take a look at some of his stats here. Really good athlete, not very strong, but the pass blocking is A, and A all around. Not going to be a great run blocker, but sometimes we just need to be better in pass pro. You know, is that too much to ask for? I don't know. But like the other left guards as well, I'm not sure 100% how I feel about them. Even some of the tackles in this class are like, well, not sure. One thing I am sure about, though, is there are gonna be some good edge guys in this draft, and I think that's where I want to go in round 1, or you know, if we have to trade our pick in round 2 even. Brandon Rhodes, athlete, insane. A finesse moves. D block hitting isn't great, but you know, we can work on it. Then that A finesse moves you know, it could be a super dominant trade for him. I am a big fan of Brandon Rhodes. Day 3 guy here, Ricky McKee, you see as B power moves. You love to see it. A potential good depth piece, has okay athletic ability. I'm a big fan of some of these guys here. I'm also a fan of Joey Ware. We know he's a round 1 talent. And the thing I like about Joey Ware is he has A power moves, but he also has C finesse and C block shedding. So he's a decently well-rounded player. Great to elite speed, great to elite strength. Makes me happy as well. And of course, one thing that I think I mentioned about him already, he has F injury. I just love injury-prone players. What can I say? No, I don't love injury-prone players. D tackle, I was trying to see if there's anyone on here that's a decent looking run blocker later in the draft. I didn't find anyone. I think I found some decent run blocking guys later on. What position was it? I know I found one that looked like they could be okay later on in the draft. No, maybe I lied. Maybe I completely lied. I thought I found a run stopper somewhere in here. Oh, Keontae Babineau, A to B block shedding as a day 3 guy. So he'll come in. He's going to have no speed, but he's going to be very strong, and he's going to be able to shed blocks. So that adds to the intrigue immediately. Immediately adds to the intrigue. And in terms of outside linebackers, there's no, like, pass rushers here that I really, really loved. David O'Doyle looks like he could be a really good run-stopping guy with great athletic ability, which, of course, is very important to me, if you guys can't tell already. A tackle, A play rec, B pursuit, A hit power, and then A block shedding as well. David O'Doyle looks like he could be pretty good, and he's round 2 to 3, so we could get him somewhere in that mid-range. Jermaine Hawkins even looks pretty good as well. But yeah, there's a few run stoppers in here, but nothing that I particularly love, right? Nothing that I'm like, wow, I need that guy. Rashad Harris is more of a pass coverage guy. I don't know a lot about him. I just know his physicals could potentially be insane. And he has A zone coverage. Tackling is not going to be great, but you never know. He could be a really good dime package middle linebacker. Now, in terms of right outside linebacker, we're going to go really, really quick. Like I said, this isn't a deep dive into this draft. We're going to do that during the offseason as we're like getting closer to the draft. This is just showing you guys some guys that I like here. Leslie Blair looks like a really good athlete with A zone, A tackle, A play rec, A pursuit, B hit power, B block shed. Looks like he could be good as well. Another round 2 to 3 talent. So there's a lot of guys in this draft that we could get. And then round 3 to 4, a speed rusher, Jerry Adams. It's a fun name. Looks like a good athlete all around. And has B finesse moves. Potentially could get him in round 3 or round 4. And, looks like we have another one. A day 3 guy for Tom Bennett. Also a speed rusher with great to elite speed and A finesse moves. Oh, this is a guy I actually really want to draft. A day 3 guy with A finesse moves, just ridiculous. You don't really see that too often. Now, cornerback is a position where there are some really, really good players. Dawan Underwood, 6 feet tall, A press, A zone, C man, so he can get better at man. Looks like a really good athlete, or at least a really decent athlete. Of course, he's injury prone. My God, I didn't even notice that. But actually, I lied to you guys because there's someone that I like even more, and that is Josh Nelson. This guy looks like he could be a generational talent. A man, A press, B zone. What the hell is that? Oh my God, his athletic ability is insane. I forgot how good he really looks. Oh, you guys are going to fall in love with Josh Nelson. You guys want me to draft him already. Even though it's not a big lead, or not a big need, he just looks so good, man. He looks incredible. Safeties, I didn't take a deep look at. I don't think we really need one. So I actually didn't look at them at all. Guys, that is the draft class. Guys, that might just be the video. 20 minutes of me talking and recapping. Did I miss something? I probably did. Let's see. We looked at our stats. You know, we went 11-6 on the year. I didn't really talk much about the season as a whole, but who cares? You guys know what happened. If you've been watching this series, you know what happened. You don't need a recap on the game by game, whatever. I think that's it, guys. Thank you for rocking with me as usual. Like the engagement on that last video of you guys, you know, saying, okay, I like the commentary this way, you know, I like this, looking forward to the off season, guys. in case you don't know, your comments mean everything to me. They really, really do. Every time I get one, it really just makes my day better. So I really appreciate all the love that you guys showed on that video. And like I said, off-season stream. Listen to me. Off-season stream Wednesday. That is literally tomorrow, by the way. Wednesday is tomorrow, November 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I hope I said 7 p.m. Eastern time earlier. Like I said, I'm doing this all in one shot. So I hope I said Eastern time earlier as well. 7 p.m. Eastern time. Guys, drop a comment, like, subscribe, anything. Thank you for rocking with me. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/24kin. Follow me on Twitter /X, whatever you want to call it. _24kin on there where you get more updates. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Peace out.